Oh, yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Oh, crap. Marvel has given us two very different versions of Sue Storm. Jessica Alba played her in the 2005 Fantastic Four movies, and now Vanessa Kirby is stepping in for the MCU's 2025 Fantastic Four. Both are iconic in their own way, but let's be honest. One works much better than the other. And no, I'm not here just to simp for Vanessa Kirby. Although if she phases invisible in the movie and I suddenly disappear from YouTube, mind your business. There are four main reasons Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is going to wipe the floor with Jessica Alba's version, and by the end of this video, even Jessica Alba fans are going to be like,
Want the fish?
yeah, okay, maybe she wasn't that fantastic after all. First reason, casting. Let's not sugarcoat it. Jessica Alba's casting as Sue Storm was interesting. Back in 2005, Fox looked at the comics, saw that Sue Storm was a blonde-haired white woman, then looked at Jessica Alba, a Latina actress with naturally dark hair and eyes, and said, hey, just dye it blonde. Nobody will notice.
That was a mistake. Andy's...
Yeah, except everyone noticed. Alba herself said they forced her to wear a wig and blue contacts, which made her look less like Sue Storm and more like an NPC from The Sims 2. It was weird. She wasn't a bad actress. Alba had star power at the time, but she never felt like Sue Storm. She felt like Jessica Alba cosplaying at Comic-Con. Compare that to Vanessa Kirby. This is an actress who's not only talented, she actually looks like she walked straight out of a Fantastic Four comic book panel. Blonde, classy, elegant, but with an edge. And she's already proven in The Crown and Mission Impossible that she can play smart, tough women who don't just exist to be a love interest. Casting matters, and Marvel finally got it right. Second reason, the writing.
Well, that sucks.
And oh boy, the writing in the 2005 movies did Sue Storm dirty. Like, imagine being the Invisible Woman, one of the most powerful female heroes in Marvel history, and 80% of your scenes are just arguing with Reed or being mad at Johnny for being immature. In those movies, Sue wasn't really a superhero. She was more like the team mom with force fields. And don't even get me started on the cringy dialogue. Remember when she told Reed, "You always stretch yourself too thin"? Like, wow, subtle. Nothing says Oscar-worthy, writing like dad jokes disguised as relationship drama. Vanessa Kirby, on the other hand, is entering the MCU at a time where female superheroes are finally being written as leaders, not accessories. Look at how they handled Scarlet Witch, Carol Danvers, even Shuri. They're flawed but powerful. Sue Storm is supposed to be the emotional core and the tactical brains of the Fantastic Four, and Marvel Studios knows they can't afford to mess that up. Vanessa's Sue will be written with actual depth, not just Reed's girlfriend who turns invisible when she's mad.
She sucks.
Third reason, the tone of the movies. The 2005 Fantastic Four was basically a superhero sitcom with bad CGI.
Mind is my mind.
Like, remember the scene where Sue turns invisible in the middle of the street and suddenly her clothes vanish too? Bro, the early 2000s were wild. They really said, you know what's funny? Let's make Sue Storm strip in public for no reason. That was literally her big comedic moment. Meanwhile, Reed was inventing dimensional portals and Doom was building an empire. And Sue's arc was like, oops, I'm naked. This is why people still don't respect those movies. They didn't take Sue seriously as a character. They turned her into fan service. But with Vanessa Kirby, the tone of the MCU is way more balanced. Yes, we'll get humor, but it won't be slapstick at Sue's expense. This isn't 2005 anymore. Marvel knows that audiences want to see Sue Storm as the genius strategist who can drop force fields big enough to tank a Hulk smash, not just the girl who disappears when she's embarrassed. And honestly, if Marvel tries to pull that same "oops, my clothes fell off" gag again, Twitter would bury Kevin Feige alive. Fourth reason, expectations. Jessica Alba's Sue came at a time when superhero movies were still finding their footing. Nobody really cared if Sue Storm was comic accurate or if the writing respected her powers, because we were just happy to see superheroes on screen. But 20 years later, audiences are way less forgiving. We've had the Infinity Saga, Endgame, the Spider-Verse movies. We know what good superhero storytelling looks like now. So Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is being held to a much higher standard, but that's actually a good thing. Fans already expect her to be one of the best parts of the Fantastic Four reboot. And unlike Alba, who admitted in interviews she felt out of place and wasn't given much direction, Kirby actually wants to own this role. She knows she's stepping into Marvel royalty. Honestly, it's like comparing dial-up internet to fiber Wi-Fi. Sure, dial-up worked in 2005, but now if my video buffers for half a second, I'm smashing my router. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is the fiber upgrade we've been waiting for. And let's be real, Jessica Alba's Sue couldn't even handle Doctor Doom without help. Vanessa Kirby's Sue? She's probably going to throw hands with Kang's variants, clap them in a force field, and then tell Reed to stop overthinking. That's an upgrade. Bottom line, Jessica Alba's Sue Storm was iconic for the early 2000s, but she never felt like the Invisible Woman from the comics. Vanessa Kirby has the look, the talent, the writing, and the MCU tone on her side. She's not just going to be Sue Storm, she's going to redefine her for a whole new generation. So yeah, I said it. Vanessa Kirby is a better Sue Storm than Jessica Alba. That's everything. With great power comes ridiculous, awesome YouTube videos.
Really, by a single minute. Yes.